all that aside, we'll talk more about that match later because right now what we got coming up next is Retro and Pin.
Yes,
this
sir.
one is a classic now. This one happens all the time. This is a run back from your birthday bash. And they're actually just getting right into it. So if you want to get that door real fast, I forgot to go close that. We got game number 1 here, the other half of Winter Semis. Also, it's Ajax back on the mic. Hello, I'm here with you for the rest of the night. I was letting other people have some good time up here. And the thing with these two is they've been going back and forth, but with these new changes, Retro, he's still playing very similar to his anti-air game before, but that up attack does have a bit more punishable windows to it, so it's going to be a little bit easier to try and check that now.
There's that punish window right there, too. It really worked in Pin's favor right there.
And Pin was saying it before, too. One of the things, that down air sense, that's such a different window now. But one of the things that comes from the changes, too, is, the nerfs to Pin's house were pretty big in the delay, so it's a little bit easier to get punishes on that if you're Retro. Yeah. But now Pin can kind of do the same thing, whereas Retro's main go-to move to stop everything you're doing is now somewhat punishable.
Yeah, that's going to make a huge difference in this matchup. We're probably going to see one of the closest sets they've ever had.
Everything's been close today. Like, literally everything has been close today. It's actually been so ridiculous. Also, I just realized the prediction isn't going for this. I'm going to go ahead and get that going for you real quick. But, usually give a little history between these two. First, it used to be Pin would just always win because that matchup was absolutely terrible, but Retro figured it out. And now they go back and forth. Like, they literally trade sets. So, your guess is as good as any on who you decide to pick, who wins this one upcoming here.
Even with Jake at 145, it's still kind of even because Reindog is pretty good.
Yeah, that move is something that got changed like a patch or two ago, and it's so usable now. Because we used to think that move was just kind of OD by itself with where it went, but it was like, man, sometimes it seems like it doesn't hit. But it's like really consistent now. It's pretty strong, and he goes for that on so many dodge mix-ups.
Yeah.
Like, that's the scariest part, is you think you have a correct choice, and when you go somewhere, it's either side special or the neutral air. That move right there, the little projectile. I can't even know what it's called. But that little spark of energy that drives everyone crazy. It just catches you off guard.
Yeah. He's got like a little bit of Batman and a little bit of Shaggy in him all at the same time.
Yep. No, he ain't got that dog in him. His fact is the dog. But usually this is actually a K9 Ditto, but instead the Calico Cake has been the go-to pick for Pin of late. And Pin's just trying to find this first one. It's actually taking off. His timing on stairs are so much better. Like, you have to, too.
Yeah.
It's like Reindog usually suffers in that spot.
Retro doing a really good job of keeping this lead.
And here's where things get funny. This is where things get real funny when these two fight. That lead on Retro could disappear with one good combo from Pin and a read off stage with a Sair. That's why you're going to see Retro try to play more center stage right now. He's going to try and avoid getting sent off stage. You never want to go too crazy. You never want to overextend because that's exactly where Cake will sneak one away from you.
And Retro is not chasing him vertically either. I'm noticing that, so he doesn't get caught in any up specials.
Yep, bottom end of that up special is a free string to the top. That happened quite a few times to people do. That actually, if I remember correctly, how he lost at the birthday bash is that he got caught 2 times going for it, and for Pin, he's trying to make you get over to him. He's trying to make you get to his area to punish you for that.
Yeah, he will let you uppercut him just so that he can bait you into the air.
I will say, too, apparently everybody decided to make best friends with Father Time today. I don't know whether it be changes to the whiff punish windows or not, but my goodness, these matches have been going the distance in time. We're at with the second stock is gone, we're at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. But I'm sure, like, this is how game 1 could look, and yet game 2 could be done in like 30 seconds. That's another thing that'll happen with these two as well.
Oh, that was almost one of those special situations. It didn't stick, though. I didn't see a dodge notification either. So
that's so one of the things that's pretty interesting as well is that the early days is that Retro used to always jump into that, like every time. That's how he would just lose the Pin. But now he doesn't do that, and Pin, he's got to work a little bit harder to find those because he refuses to give them like any of those special jump reads.
Yeah, very much.
You're gonna miss out on the up airs too. Just trying to hang back. Like, don't get caught by that. That's all dodge windows like now, but that move lasts for so long. But Retro building this lead up. He's got 67% on him right now. He's at 127, but it's on attack decay on that Sair, so now's your time to go in. Like, outside of Dare, there's pretty much not much that's gonna stop you from rushing in.
Oh, what are you up to?
That's true. Yeah, the up attack is also another option, which is right on cue. Gonna find its mark. It's gonna get Pin an even game, or at least a quote-unquote even game.
Yeah, close. Very close game.
Still, something I will never count out is Pin in these situations, because Retro has gotten so much better at not letting you cheese him. But there's a big but here. Pin still gets it done. He will still find them.
Yeah. Oh, that was so close. Good way to DI out of that by Retro. That was almost a good carry to the ceiling.
Yeah, this is still extremely stressful right now because Retro is taking on some passive damage. Reindog does not weigh the heaviest in the world. He's at 66 right now, so he's actually at that range right there. If he catches him with some up airs, and now he's having a hard time getting in. Pin trying to go for the big play to look for the up special at the top. He doesn't give it to him, but he keeps making him go to the left.
His spacing is immaculate right now. Pin is doing so good at spacing those fairs and keeping...
Yeah, big time agree on that, actually. The amount of times that he's pushed him back into the corner, but did he jump into the blast zone? He might have tried to stall and got pushed upward, and that's going to take him out off the top. But where is Pin sitting? Is he, like, inside the camera, bro? Like, unless somebody moved my camera upwards. Granted, there's 2 screens out there now. Each player has their own individual screen, and I only have 1 camera for it, so it's kind of in between the 2. But Pin literally looks like he's within the zone of the screen right now. But you're right, he does sit pretty close. But that's Retro getting game 1, and Pin said this earlier, and we're going to see it here. Retro's one of the few people who, whenever you leave Cromulons open, actually beats him here. But it's like, it's still Cake's best stage by such a good margin that you can't not go here. Like, even as good Retro is here with Reindog, you still have to make the attempt if the stage is open.
Yeah, very much. Because,
and reasons why, right there. It's actually insane. It's just watching the way that you get caught, whether it be with that speaker there or not, you're just going to get dunked by the dare. You're going to get dunked by the Sair. It takes Reindog's biggest weakness, which is recovering low. It exploits it so heavy.
Yeah, to the max. He's doing a great job in this match.
This is
why he's got his spacing down, and he's just stacking up the damage.
Yeah, that was pretty close. If he got caught at like a little bit earlier on that, he probably would have been able to catch him, but he caught him on a weird angle at the back right of it. But now he's building this lead up pretty well. He's at 74 already, so this is one nair to dare, and that could be Retro gone. So Retro's he has to find that down air pretty soon, which he did. But it was in a weird spot off the speaker, so I like the attempt of trying to reset the KBI with that and then reverse the down attack the other way.
That situation was so close. They both almost got stocks.
He's starting to chase. He's starting to chase where he's going now. Yeah. He's starting to recognize his pattern of where he goes on defense now, which is big. As he catches him with the Sair, he's already burned a lot of. Whoa! I didn't realize he still had one left there, and he dodged up special directly up. Even though that doesn't go very far, it was such a good change to do that.
Yeah, shit, made it back before. Oh, now it's even again.
And that's the biggest thing. This is the problem that we used to have with Pin for so long, is that whenever Pin had a big lead, it stayed his lead. Like he becomes impossible to hit, and that could be the end of it right there.
The stage. Oh my God.
Yeah, every single time. Every single time after that, yeah, there's just nothing you can do there. That is a near checkmate situation once you get put that far down, and you're just not coming back from that. That's why going to Cromulons, even though he wins there, it's still a risk because of the fact that you have to basically deal with that. But he is up in counterpick game war, so he gets to go back to Trophy's Edge.
I got 9 lives, baby, and they're all for fighting bad guys.
This is how every single one of their sets goes through. My ear keeps popping. Like, this is how all their sets go. Like, almost every that's you. There we go. That's me. They always go back and forth. Like, every single time. It's always game 3 or game 5, whatever the set is. And it's so good to watch, considering how far Retro has come. Pin's delay, and look at that. Retro answering right back, taking only 23.
Like, they're just really matching each other's energy.
Yep, and this is why I said that first game isn't indicative of how these two play all the time, because they were pretty slow that first round. But then after that, what happened? Pin got some really early ones, and then Retro speed ran one within 1 minute here. Yeah. Like, they sometimes box to their own detriment, but it's really fun to watch when these two are scrapping. What's this poll by Steez here? Steez Skateboard is a better character than Reindog. Actually, though. Oh, that's a pinned comment. Okay. Right now, Pin is taking a lot of stray hits. He's this lead is starting to get built up. Sice, I see what you're saying. Okay, I have to talk about the match. We'll talk about that after. Right now, the lead that Retro is building up is definitely very big. And the thing is, here you're less inclined to get like you could still get spiked by Jake or Cake in this instance in those situations. But it's less likely to happen because of how much Retro's going to force center. I'll take trades in center all day versus getting spiked.
Yeah. I see that's what's happening. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to come
I don't
through.
think Pin is worried too much about the stage control. I think he's more worried about Reindog himself.
I think so too. I think for one, Pin. Oh, he got hit on the back side of it too. So one of the things that happens is kind of similar to Smash, where you get a DI mix-up. This is KBI mix-up. When you get hit on the opposing side, on reaction, you hold in because you're trying to avoid going. You're trying to go towards the blast zone in the corner, so you don't go straight down, and you have to deal with another dare. He went to the right while also still holding left. That's gonna send you straight up every time, because that's the only reason why that dare sent him straight up.
Oh, I see.
Right now, Pin is working from behind. Retro looking like he's trying to do like they usually do of late. He wins in winners, and then Pin wins the run back in losers. And Retro trying to keep that theme going here, but that's if Pin doesn't find a Sarah and he evens the game up.
That edge guard changed everything.
That really did. That just completely shifted the focus of this game. Because now we're at that same window every single time we end up here. I don't know how everybody keeps doing it, but I love it because it lets me go crazy. These matches keep going the last hit, last situation. Everything today has been down to the wire, whether it be like intensely close or timeouts. It doesn't matter. And this is no different. The Pin versus Retro boxing match is going on right now, Daquan. And so far, Pin is starting to slowly work his way back in with a lot of stray hits.
Yes. I wonder what's going through Retro's mind right now. He's not setting up crystals or fireballs.
Well, for Retro, from what I know from how he plays this game now, it's the same game plan. Force center. If I take a couple hits, it's fine. I'm not dying to those hits. But once he gets to around this, like 80, that's when stress might settle. But he gets the dare off the Sarah. That's going to finish the job. It's going to take him out. And Retro strikes first here again and takes it over Pin. That is ridiculous how these two keep going back and forth. Time and time again. Man, my hair is like super up. Oh, my goodness. Like they keep going back and forth over and over again. And he's just... In winner's side, Retro just plays so well. Like it's just ridiculous on how well he plays in winners. But sometimes he gets into this like window where it's like I'm gonna overextend and go off there. That's not what happened. Like he held center, he forced center because even with that Sarah that he got caught on the second stock, he's like, look, it doesn't matter because unless I start going towards ledge too much, there's a high likelihood I'm not gonna get gimped by that. As long as you take away bite, you're gonna be okay. Because once you remove bite from the equation, you're probably going to be fine. But I got to remove you from the equation right now because you got to go play. So Daquan is up next. And if I remember correctly, you were playing up against... Oh, wait.